But who has got their team running into form at just the right time, Andy? Wenger or Pochettino?
Well, loads of people are going to say Wenger because Arsenal are on a definite upswing. They're buoyed by that result at Manchester City. I'm still not entirely convinced with them. I still think they're an injury or two or a dodgy result or two away from another full-blown crisis. And even after this upswing, they're still not in the top four. But I'm very, very impressed at the way Pochettino is taking Spurs, because I didn't think they had it in them.
Is he turning Pochettino? Is he turning to Tottenham into a real force again now?
Well, I think he's halfway there, Paul, to be honest. I'm going to have to disagree with Andy, to be honest. And
that's what you're here to do?
Absolutely. I'm going to plump for Arsenal tomorrow. I just think that... I know that they're going into it with identical records in terms of form. I think they've both picked up 19 from the last 24 on offer. But for me, you know, Arsenal have really got the bit between the teeth now. They've got key players returning to the side at just the right time, people like Ozil and Walcott. And I just think they're just going to have a little bit too much now. For a Spurs time that's making great strides, but to me isn't a finished article yet.
Pochettino.
For me, there's a difference between showing off against a really flat Villa side and going into this. It's going to be another real test for them, I think. And, you know, you looked at Pochettino's situation, you thought he'd get the year at least and maybe more. And that's always been the problem at Spurs, hasn't it? Continuity. A head coach has never really had time to work within the structure that
year seems a very long time.
Yeah, it does, exactly. So, you know, I think the way that he's bought himself even more time, I think, knowing what Spurs' time is like, I think is very impressive. But, of course, Harry Kane's been a huge part of that.
The two centre-forwards, fascinating tomorrow, I think. Harry Kane for Tottenham Hotspur and Olivier Giroud, how he was missed.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you look at Giroud, and he's missed a lot of the season so far, only 8 Premier League starts. So that's slightly skewed. It's not quite a fair comparison.
Says to me that Harry Kane is the more important because, you know, without him, Tottenham can't win.
Yeah, you could argue that, and of course it took him a while to cement his place in the first team as well.